to have a small presentation from Custom Bio USA, and Mr. Brent Escobar is going to talk about the activities of Custom Bio USA. Okay, sorry. Brent.
Good afternoon. Can you all hear me? As you just heard, I'm Brent Escobar. I'm with Custom Biologicals. I've been working with Custom Biologicals throughout South America, actually throughout the world, and now we are here in Bali. Ecuador, one of the countries that we work in, is a developing nation on the equator with farming techniques, climate, and similar socioeconomic problems and situations as we have here in this region. Farming in Ecuador is predominantly driven by small parcel farmers with similar economic limitations as this region. I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me to talk about factors influencing soil productivity and crop yield, as well as the use of biological soil amendments to mitigate these factors. The stressors that influence productivity.
My name is Chuck Ball, and I'm the Executive Officer of Custom Biologicals. I'm going to take just a minute of Brent's time to talk about our company. Custom Biologicals, we were formed in 1992 in Florida in the United States. If anybody doesn't know, that's the East Coast of the United States. Very similar climate to here, similar to Thailand. We're a manufacturer of bacteria and fungal products, and we sell these commercially all over the world. We're a high volume production and high concentrated products, so it makes our products very easy to deliver. We sell in over 40 countries, so we're shipping from Florida pretty much everywhere to each continent. We're looking to expand that to a couple more countries. Hopefully a couple of you will talk to me about that after the show. But basically, American quality control standards, so we're producing high quality controlled products. Agriculture product is one of our newest product lines. Before we were in wastewater treatment products, consumer products like septic tank products. We do a lot of environmental cleanup. We do oil spill cleanup. We provide bacteria that eat oil spills. We do both emergency and non-emergency response in environmental cleanup. Quite recently, we've been very big into odor control products. When you were seeing the video about all the trash, I was thinking, I need that business, because after that goes into the big trash canisters, we provide odor control products to keep it from smelling bad. That video is on our website if you want to see it in Japan. And it smells bad, trust me. They take me in there to see it first. And quite recently, we've been into the biodesulfurization of crude oil, where we take an environmentally clean method of taking the sulfur out of crude oil. So we environmental friendly products. We're green. This is all biological. It's organic. It's about as clean and green as you can get. Somebody asked yesterday about the organisms and were they GMOs, and we're exactly opposite of that. We do not do any genetically modified organisms. We only do the safest organisms. There's classifications of bacteria and fungus, and even if it's stage 2, we don't touch it. We only do the safest classifications of organisms. Why? I grew up in the laboratory with my father. My kids are in that laboratory with me. We don't want to take any chances. But when it goes out in the product, if there's any chance, we sell bacteria. If anybody gets sick from anything, they're going to blame us. We make sure everything is the safest and the highest quality control before it leaves our facility. As I said, not genetically modified. All of the organisms that we use are from the American Type Culture Collection. Believe it or not, there's a big library of bacteria. We actually get pure cultures from them, so we know exactly what we're selling, exactly what we're delivering. These organisms are not something that we invented. We're not changing them. We're not, no science fiction. These organisms are studied in universities all over the world. Any organism that we sell we can pull up on Google, and there'll be at least 100 universities studying the effects of these organisms on these crops. So this is not something necessarily that we're bringing to the table only. We produce these products and get them out to the world cheaply. We're right now working on over 40 crops, including rice. If you want to see about rice, one of our websites is growmorerice.com. Thanks.
Continue.
Don't clap yet, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, we're going to tag team this for this afternoon. We wanted to bring to you a few cases, a few examples of what expectations we have in different crops and what to expect and what it does. So one of our first examples is onion. Here we use custom B5 and custom GP, the bacillus and the trichoderma that we spoke about yesterday. Remember we said that they reduce stressors in the soil, in the plant, protect against pathogens, as well as accelerate the decomposition of different organic materials and help the plant absorb those nutrients. So what does that render? What it gives us is a higher yield. And keep in mind, these are examples based on studies and different trials that we've done. We've basically eliminated all the scientific stuff and reduced it to numbers so that it's more presentable in an audience of this manner, of this nature. So normally the yield is about, well, we don't have the previous yield, but in this case, okay, here we go. We did a trial in Ecuador, in onion. The trial size was 5 hectares. The control size was another 5 acres. The yield of an untreated acre is about 700 bales, or 17.1 tons per hectare, right? Up to that other, well, we got it in pounds as well. So after treating it, the soil as well as the seed, with custom GP and B5, that's the trichoderma and the bacillus, we've increased it to about 26.9 tons per hectare. Now onion, while those results are actually really good, is especially vulnerable to nematodes and different funguses that attack onions because of the scratches and lacerations that nematodes produce. So the resultant onion is a lot better than in rice. And the reason for that is because onion is more prone to diseases, as well as diseases brought in by other diseases. So there's like a multiplier effect. When you scratch an onion, it's going to get a fungus and all kinds of other things that rice might not get. Corn, we have an example from, where is this, Arkansas?
Arkansas.
From Arkansas, within the United States. Right? And the farm size was 4,000 acres. Trial size was 10 acres. And the untreated production was 8.9 tons per hectare. And in this case, you can see the increase is a bit less as opposed to onion, where there are more problems in onion than in corn. So we have 10.1 tons per hectare. In this specific case, from what I recall, there was a freeze or a change in temperature which helped illustrate the difference or effect of our product. Right? So, paprika, the products are used in a more fungicidal nature to protect against different diseases. Right? And we can see the average roots per plant in the control group are less than the number of roots in the treated group. So along the lines of what we spoke about yesterday, stimulating root growth, that root growth later allows the plant to absorb more nutrients, right? And therefore there's a greater production, greater yield. So a secondary effect is that we can help to control more disease. As you can see, the disease is greater in the later stages of this type of crop than in the early stages. And then B5 and GP help to protect throughout all of the stages. Okay. Cocoa, I believe there's plenty of cocoa on this side of the world. And here in this country, in this example, there's problems with Monilla. I don't think there's so much of that fungus here, but there's also an increase in production. And as you can see,